Hi everybody! We've entered the extreme category of encounters in Medianum. These have a minimum level limit of 130 and will test your gear, spec and skills. The first one I want to talk about is the Void and the Necromancer Rathma. This will be a long one. Let's go. The Void uberquest is made up of two main parts, and I will discuss it in two separate videos. First, you need to explore the Void and gather some ingredients to create a ring in the style of Asur's Bane in Duncraig. Second, you need to reach an arena at the end of the dungeon and use this ring to access the final boss fight. The Black Abyss houses 7 bosses corresponding to each of the 7 deadly sins. Each drop a specific item, and all 7 items are combined to create the Sigil of the 7 deadly sins. I don't have the exact numbers for this one, but it grants a bonus to all attributes, 200 extra life and mana, and 10 to 15 light radius bonus. More importantly, it grants the Scream of Dragul ability, used only to access the final boss fight. How do we start? We go to the Silver City in Act 4, enter the Library of Fate, then the portal to the Cathedral of Vanity. The death of Inarius will spawn a portal to the Black Abyss. Enter it and immediately open a town portal. The Void has no lockout, but the Cathedral of Vanity does, so not having a town portal open will mean that you won't be able to come back and continue the quest in case of an accident. Just try not to open it in awkward places and you should be fine. The whole level has some moving chests that keep spawning some undead darkspawn ghosts. They are not extremely dangerous but can become deadly in large numbers. As ghosts, they have natural resistance to physical damage and are constantly spawned, so they are quite a nuisance. Each deadly sin boss is located in their own realm. The first one is Sloth. The Soul of Sloth has a small chance to drop their item, the Scroll of Sloth. The boss is stationary and does nothing. It has low hit points and can be easily killed. Upon death, it will spawn some traps that will annihilate you if you're in visible range. After a couple of seconds, the traps disappear and the boss respawns. The trick here is to kill the boss, run out and wait for it to respawn. Do that again and again until the scroll drops. Pro tip, while outside the room, you can easily notice the boss has respawned by the red health bar in the middle of the screen. Second is Gluttony. This realm is a maze of sewer level platforms. The boss is on one of the disconnected platforms, reachable only by teleportation. The Soul of Gluttony hovers and it needs to be killed in the middle of its platform, otherwise it will be untargetable. The only other thing is that it heals really fast, so this is a simple DPS check. The third is Greed. The Soul of Greed fires mostly elemental spells, but occasionally will cast a curse which removes all your mana, making attacks impossible while it is active. I don't know of proper workarounds for it. Just wait for the curse to expire, get in a few attacks, run away, repeat. He sometimes summons a shower of gold coins. I don't know if this does anything. It doesn't seem to have any effect aside from being confusing. Fourth is Lust. The Soul of Lust is simply Bloodraven, but surrounded by hordes of undead citizens like the ones in the Shadow Kingdom. Untargetable fast zombies. She can cover the screen with arrows and the zombies can swarm and block your path, but aside from that, there's nothing memorable about this fight. Fifth is Wrath. The Soul of Wrath is something else. It is immune to damage and fills the screen with damaging flames. The trick of this fight is to simply survive the boss's flames and furious melee attacks. It eventually starts damaging itself, so very high survivability is needed to stay alive enough to let Wrath defeat itself. The sixth is Envy. This one can be infuriating. The realm is populated by hordes of slaves of envy, simple melee demons with deadly physical attacks. There are many chest-high walls that prohibit movement, and the Soul of Envy is found at the center of the realm. It summons slaves of envy at a very high pace, but its main ability is that it can hover over obstacles and it runs from the player. The layout of the level makes it very frustrating to follow the boss around the room. There are 2 very unpleasant scenarios that can take place. Either the boss is killed over an unwalkable surface, case in which it drops no loot, or it simply floats off one of the sides of the realm, case in which it cannot be killed anymore. All this time, Slaves of Envy and Darkspawns keep appearing. Good luck. The final boss is Pride. The Realm of Pride is made up of floating platforms connected by portals. The first challenge is to navigate the platform maze and reach the main boss platform while surviving the constant lightning strikes. The teleport spell is mandatory for this section. The Soul of Pride itself is a straightforward melee demon fight. It has a strong attack and casts some damaging spells, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. Its main property though is the fact that it might not spawn. I don't know if this can be controlled in any way or if it simply has a random chance to spawn each game. Sometimes the Soul of Pride does not spawn, so if you need the final piece of the ring, you will have to run the whole void again and again until it spawns so it can be defeated. This can be a long and disgusting trip, but we have finally arrived to the void itself behind the red portal on Pride's platform. With the 6 scrolls and the ring base, you can create the Sigil of the 7 deadly sins and prepare for the final battle. The final arena locks itself out after 15 minutes, so portal back to town, stock up on potions, refresh the buffs, and equip the ring before entering. Good luck and see you in part 2.